Gender-responsive budgeting is a strategy that promotes the goal of gender equity by allocating specific budgets for women and children who are sexually and domestically abused in the society. The purpose is to promote accountability and transparency in fiscal planning, increase gender-responsive participation in the budget process, and to advance gender equity. To this effect, the International Federation of Women Lawyers of the Lagos State Branch, under the United Nations Women's Spotlight Initiative, have therefore come together to strategize on ways to re-emphasize gender mainstreaming programming on sexual and domestic violence that affects especially women and children in the society, with a team capacity building workshop for CSO on gender-responsive budgeting towards preventing and responding to sexual and gender-based violence in Lagos State. Speaking with KAFTAN Television, the chairperson of the International Federation Lawyers Lagos State Branch, Chinwe Efobi, heard opinion on the purpose of the meeting.
Over the years, we have discovered that budgeting doesn't usually include girls, women. They don't think about them when they are doing their budget, government agencies and so on. So the UN women have decided to help us to educate people on gender-responsive budgeting. That is, budgeting taking into consideration the gender, female gender especially, girls, women, so that everything will harmonize. So most times you find that in budgeting, they don't consider, women are priority. Without women, you can achieve nothing. And most times you find out that they are not included in the budgeting. So most times you find out that women are not being cared for. They are not catered for. Their interests are not recognized.
Speaking further, the program officer of the Federation, Adeze Joy, also heard a view on the day.
We want to see that Lagos State budgets are very much gender sensitive. What do we mean by being gender sensitive? We want to see that there are enough allocations for both genders. We don't want it to be like something that is particular to a particular section. So we want a neutralized or balanced budgetary forms in Lagos State, you understand? And then we want to see that Lagos State, at the end of the day, that Lagos State's budget is very sensitive. And that is what we have been trying to achieve since 2020. And we hope by 2020 and then 2023 budget that we will see that the Lagos State budgets are gender sensitive. And then we want the work we want the CSOs to do for us is to ensure that they monitor or track the budget implementation and release.
The process of developing gender-responsive budgeting entails an understanding of its implementation to promote gender equity. Budgets are considered to be the most important tool to realize gender equity and project works. Without this being achieved, adequate and well-targeted projects cannot be implemented successfully.